Sure. So we've reached the point of the case where we call it the beginning of the end. The judge is requiring that summary judgment briefs be filed. I believe it's going to be November 15 will be the final filings in the case probably, and then it will be up to the judge to make a decision. I've kind of pinpointed late December, maybe into January. Another attorney that's a good friend of mine, Jim Filan, he's pinpointed February or March as possible end dates. So we kind of have bookended it from sometime between December this year and March of next year will be the end of the case. This case is not going to trial, Wendy. This is going to be decided by the judge. And because there's not really an issue of fact to be tried to a jury. So really this is an issue of law. So they're going to present all the facts to her in what are called summary judgment briefs. And the judge will take a look at those and make a decision just based upon what's in the paper. There won't be any live witness testimony or anything like that.
Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And that, of course, was Attorney Jeremy Hogan sporting his coordinating purple shirt with Wendy O's famous purple chair. Okay, staying on track with the SEC versus Ripple case. So this is the beginning of the end. Possible end dates projected to be sometime between November and March, but that could all change with a settlement before the summary briefs are filed. And Jeremy thinks that Judge Netburn will rule on the Hinman emails this week, mainly because motions to strike expert witnesses are due next week, Tuesday. Have a listen to his comments regarding those Hinman emails.
So we're at the beginning of the end. There's a couple really interesting things going on right now in the case. The first one is the Hinman emails, which I know you were talking to John Deaton a couple months ago, and I think he mentioned those. It's super interesting because these are about 68 emails that a man at the SEC named Mr. Hinman sent out, and he got feedback from other attorneys at the SEC about a speech that he was giving back in 2018. This fight has been going on in this court for over a year, whether the SEC has to disclose those emails. And it's almost unprecedented. I mean, I've been practicing law for 20 years, and I'm in court. I know I don't just do, consultation. I'm literally in court almost, every week, if not every month. So I've never seen this happen before where a plaintiff, or really the prosecution in this case, the SEC, has fought so hard to keep the defendant, the Ripple, from seeing documents. And that's really what it is. They fought for the last year to do it. And it's really unprecedented because even though the judge has told them like 3 times at this point, you have to give these emails to Ripple, they keep moving for reconsideration. They keep appealing for order. And now we're finally at the point where the first judge is going to finally make a final ruling on whether they have to disclose those emails. And then it's going to, and the SEC has already said they're going to appeal it to the second judge, and maybe even appeal it up to the circuit court. So we're not sure how that's going to play out, but it's really strange that they're fighting so hard to keep these emails from being seen by Ripple. And so, of course, that leads to people like myself and others to speculate what's in those emails that the SEC doesn't want Ripple to see. And we've kind of come to kind of a conclusion, although it's all speculation, that it's something in those emails that basically says XRP is not a security, or maybe something ambiguous saying, well, we don't know if it's a security or not, and it's still up in the air. And so we think, and I think this is actually Wheaton's proposition, is that if those emails have to be given over to Ripple, that will lead to a settlement of the case, because there's something in those emails the SEC does not want Ripple to see.
James Filan on the 6th told us that 2 attorneys from Kellogg Hansen have filed motions to be admitted to represent Ripple. Bright minds for sure. Mr. Masterman graduated from Vanderbilt University Law School in the PhD program. And then we have Kylie, who graduated from the Harvard Law School, where she was the executive online editor of the Harvard International Law Journal. So both very creme de la creme. It prompted me to see if I could find any comments coming from another law firm as to this addition. And what I found is on July 5th, Wilkie, Farr, and Gallagher, they added 2 SEC enforcement leaders. Christina Lippman, who was the senior advisor to the former chairman, Jay Clayton, and also head of the crypto assets and cyber unit, and Adam Adderton. Now, what I find interesting, of course, is that they hired both of these at the same time. But what's also curious is have a look at this. Christopher Giancarlo, who is the former CFTC chairman and also argues very publicly that XRP is not a security, he is the senior counsel at Wilkie Farr and Gallagher. So what a mixed up world we live in, full of revolving doors. Allow me to shift gears just a little bit. I'm going to put a link to this commentary from David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple. It is all the way back from May 2017. He talks in great detail about Ripple's strategy in driving the demand of XRP. I see so much crazy price tweeting that I think it's very insightful and worth a read. Demand, of course, is part of the price discovery. This is the equation that goes with the supply. And that ties the digital asset really to its utility or use case. But I also would never lead you to believe that XRP is going to be the only digital asset to help move money. Tomorrow, I'm going to have the founder of Impel on the channel. And they've taken, I think, years to build a payment solution on XinFin. And it is an ISO 20022 standard with XDC. And they are able to perform these instant settlements. And they also have a very interesting R3 Corda bridge. And we know that Corda is doing a tremendous amount of blockchain infrastructure for hundreds of banks. So I think this is going to be a very interesting interview. Extensive testing has been performed to determine the XRP Ledger's capacity to support the extra transaction load brought about by native on-ledger NFTs at scale. Now listen to Monica Long, where she talks about the Ripple strategy for NFTs.
We all read about the horrific and painful high gas fees on other chains. That's value that's taken away from the creator and it kind of is absorbed into the chain. In the case of XRP Ledger, the transaction fees or gas fees are about half a penny. So we think that's a really powerful value proposition to anyone building an NFT project. The second prong to it is that today there's a lot of different really interesting use cases in the realm of arts and media and entertainment, but looking into the future, we see that NFTs will expand to have lots of enterprise applications and even in financial services. So we think these core NFT capabilities are going to be important to, for example, RippleNet customers in the future.
If you spend a fair amount of time on Twitter, you probably remember the announcement that just came, feels like about a month ago, with the metaverse that's coming to the XRP Ledger called Fluff World. I have a little bit of a portion of a video that was uploaded today. It's with Aaron McDonald. He's the founder of Fluff World. And he's receiving a lot of pushback from people that are outside of the XRP community for choosing to build this bridge to XRPL. He does his best to make a case for his decision. And yeah, I'm not exactly sure how you're going to feel about this video. I'm still digesting it. I'm very curious to hear your comments after you have the time to watch it in its entirety. The link will be in the description below. But yeah, I really am interested in comments on this, and have a listen.
Do you want to kick it off, or shall I kick it off? I mean, there's one burning question we have on our lips, which is the big blue Ripple. Aaron, talk us through this one.
This is the first of two, the first two of what I would say is a number of different bridges that we'll be building in the future to connect to other layer 1 or layer 2 communities. So it's really about building connectivity out to where the users are. And if you look at the kind of overall Web3 landscape, there's about 1.3 million active wallets on XRPL. It's one of the largest Web3 communities out there. We have the opportunity now to connect to those users, embrace them, and invite them to start to participate in some of the sexier side of Web3. And and to put their assets to work in applications and content that they may never have had the chance to do before. And so we think it's a really exciting opportunity to extend connectivity to that community and start to give them the option to do more with their tokens and interact more with the applications that they already have. There's two strategies you can take when you're looking to grow. You can try and fight in the red ocean and launch, another EVM Ethereum sidechain layer 2, and try and reach into the pool of people that are doing the same thing to find new users. Or you can go to blue ocean and you can connect to a whole new community that isn't being reached by other people.
Yeah, as a business opportunity, get it. As a marketing opportunity, it's a headache because the Ripple name carries with it. It's a lot of negative association that comes with it.
I think that is true. If you talk about the kind of technical protocol level, actually, it's no different to any proof of work network. The structure of XRPL in terms of the protocol itself. I read the white paper and talked to the founder of the protocol, and it works very much like proof of work does. I mean, even if you believe all of those negative things, what do you do in a situation like that? I'm not saying I do, but if you did, what do you do? Do you kind of extend an olive branch to help them, experience the real Web3, as everyone else would put it? Or do you kind of leave them stranded on an island? What's the noble thing to do there? One path you can take, you get lots of pats on the back, but you change nothing. And the other one, you take a bit of heat and you change something. I'd rather do the thing that makes a difference than get patted on the back.
I want to say thank you to Rob Licker for bringing that video to my attention today. I think it's really important for the community to see. If you've been on the fence for Ripple pre-IPO shares, that window is closing because when the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit has come to a close, Ripple is going to IPO. And Linqto is offering right now a very attractive package to accredited investors, $5,000 in Ripple and $5,000 in Uphold private equity with 1,000 XRP back as a bonus. The link is in the description of this video. It takes just literally 30 seconds to sign on and explore your options. All right, everybody, we're jumping to the fluff. Do you remember the Vanta Black? This was the BMW X6. Back in 2019, it was the blackest car in the world because it absorbed 99.6% of the visible light. It was a big hit at all the car shows, but now that is no longer the case. The Koyo Orient Japan company is an optical equipment company that's been in business for about 75 years, and they have created the Black Musso paint. It is now the blackest water-based acrylic paint in the world. Look at this 911. The video of the car being painted is now online. It was uploaded on July 2nd. It is a video you must see. Very fun. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.